made me call myself Chef Steve.
Dude, yeah, get over there. Come on.
Teriyaki sauce! Alright guys, Chef Steve here. Today we're going to be making food from everyone's favorite place to get drunk at 19, Applebee's. Also apparently there's a restaurant, something that I know a little too much about. We're going to be doing this two ways. So we're going to be making the recipe as instructed on the Applebee's menu, and then we're also going to make it not gross. Okay? And the recipe today is Fiesta lime chicken. Awesome. All right, so we found the secret recipe for Applebee's fajita lime chicken on the internet, and here's what it is. So it starts with a marinade, which is a cup of water, a third cup of teriyaki sauce. Seems like a hate crime to me because this is Mexican food, but all right, we'll roll with it. Half a lime, 3 garlic cloves, a teaspoon of tequila, a teaspoon of liquid smoke, because let's be real, the Applebee's microwaves can only do so much. Half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And then on top of that, they have a sauce, which is a 1/4 cup of mayo, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, salsa, milk, Cajun spice mix, parsley, hot sauce, dill, and cumin. Which, to me, as a whole, this kind of just seems like a marketing department threw a bunch of Mexican things people like together and was like, yeah, throw on some chicken, what the hell? And then on top of that is a ton of cheese and corn chips. So I guess we'll get started. Let's do this. Now that we got everything, let's get started on the marinade. All right, so first we're gonna add a cup of water into the bowl to start the marinade. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of teriyaki sauce. This is actually a lot of teriyaki sauce, which just makes me even more not. All right, next we're gonna do lime juice. So we're doing half a lime, but because this is Applebee's, there's no way in hell they use actual lime juice. So we're just gonna use fake lime juice. So we'll call that half a lime. All right, next is garlic cloves. So these, we're just gonna do 3 garlic cloves, and we're just gonna mince these up. It's super hard, which is why Applebee's employees can probably do it. Then peel the skin. All right, and then the secret to mincing garlic really easy is you want to cut off the little bad ends here, and then you dice them, right? So this is slicing them, and since they're smashed, it kind of comes out nice anyway. Then you want to make sure they're in really tiny pieces. This takes a little bit, but you gotta put the work in. You know, you're an employee at Applebee's. You know, you're on your 8-hour shift. You gotta make sure you're getting your money's worth. Ooh, almost cut myself. All right, so then the trick here is you take your minced garlic and you make sure to put a lot of coarsely ground salt on it, actually. Then you take the edge of your knife and you kind of smush it in and move it back and forth, really grind it into the cutting board. And what that'll do is it actually really smashes up all the little bits of garlic that you just cut and makes it minced. I'm gonna put it into our bowl, and we're gonna put it, bam, into our terrible marinade. Teaspoon of tequila. This is probably better tequila than this marinade deserves, but we're just gonna go for it anyway. Not so much tequila, no one cares. All right, so then we're gonna go with a liquid smoke, which, interesting. Do a teaspoon of this. All right, next is, does it have a teaspoon of salt? I mean, come on, we're just using a pinch. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Like, you're telling me that the cooks at Applebee's aren't eyeballing this stuff, because I don't believe you. Well, that was a little too much, but it'll be fine. So we're gonna take all that, we're gonna get a whisk out, and we're just gonna whisk it together. Just make sure it's nice and combined. So that's the marinade, essentially. And then next we're gonna get the chicken. We're gonna put the chicken in the marinade, and then that's it. So let's do it. All right, so we're using frozen chicken because this is Applebee's. And we're just gonna marinate this for about an hour. All right, chicken's marinating for a little bit. Let's throw it in the oven. All right, now it's been there for a little bit. We're gonna take it out of the terrible marinade, and we are going to just throw it straight in the oven. This is honestly, this is not good. This smells like Asian, and it's Fiesta chicken, whatever. Applebee's, you know. Applebee's knows better than I do, I guess. All right, so oven's preheated to 385, and we're gonna put it in there for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. It's about what Applebee's microwaves do, I'm pretty sure. All right, sauce. All right, so we're gonna eyeball these because this is Applebee's. Let's be real with ourselves. So we're gonna do a 1/4 cup of mayo. So we're gonna say, it's like about a 1/4 cup to me. 1/4 cup of sour cream. Now this is weird to me because I feel like this is a little bit too creamy, but are we really that surprised? The answer is no. We're gonna do a tablespoon of milk, which is really just like a little kind of splash, honestly. 2 tablespoons of chunky salsa, which is about gonna be 1, 2, and then about that much. A teaspoon of Cajun spice mix, which should be this one here. Again, a teaspoon is not that much, so we're just gonna kind of do a little bit there. Another teaspoon of dill, or a 1/4 teaspoon of dill, so just a little bit. And then another 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. About that much. And of course, 1/4 teaspoon of hot sauce. Finally, we're gonna combine it together. We're gonna try to make sure this is gonna be pretty loose, because this is kind of going on top of the chicken, and we're kind of brushing it on. That's about what we're going for. And that's the Applebee's sauce. Next would be the toppings. All right, so we temped our Applebee's chicken. We hit 160, so let's take it out. You know, it smells a lot like teriyaki chicken, which is not what we want here. But you know, it's just we're gonna keep going with it. All right, so next step is we are taking the Applebee's mayo sauce, and we're just gonna put it on the mostly teriyaki chicken, and then we're gonna pop it back. We're gonna top it with cheese. We're gonna pop it back in the microwave / stove, and then we are going to let the cheese melt a little bit, take it back out, put it on our bed of corn chips, and then that's the Applebee's fajita lime chicken stuff. So let's do it. So this stuff is actually like, it's pretty watery, and I tasted this before we started recording again, and it tastes like straight up mango. It tastes like imagine like you're the whitest white person on the whole planet, and you can't tolerate anything that's even a little bit spicy. That's what this is. So that's what we're looking at right now, and that's what the sauce is like on the chicken. So we're gonna go and we're gonna grab the cheese to put on top, and then we're gonna pop it back in the oven. All right, so we're topping it with the actual recipe calls for like a cup of cheese. So we're just gonna go off with the cheese on this. You know, this is the flavor. This is what people come to Applebee's for, is to have chicken coated with a metric ton of cheese. All right, we got a metric ton of cheese. We got our white person spicy mayo, and we're gonna throw it in the oven, melt it up, and then it's done. Let's do it. All right, and here's the finished product. Looks like fucking a bunch of cheese on chicken. And final touch, because it's Applebee's, corn chips. Take them, and we're just gonna crush them up. There's their bread that it sits on. Now you guys might be thinking, they don't actually do that at Applebee's. No, they actually do. They really do this at Applebee's. And trust me, you might be thinking, wait a second, that'll get soggy and gross. And you would also be right about that. So there is our Applebee's fajita chicken. All right, so let's taste it now. Let's see how it is. Nope. All right, so now we're gonna start our modified recipe. What we're gonna start with, we're still gonna do a marinade, but we're gonna make it so it's actually Mexican and not weirdly Asian with teriyaki sauce and a bunch of other crap. So we're gonna up it to the juice of one whole lime, and we're gonna do a fresh lime this time, not some crappy lime sauce. And then we're gonna do more garlic, so we're gonna do 5 cloves of garlic because, as we all know, you measure garlic with your heart. And then we're gonna up it to a tablespoon of tequila, a tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of cayenne because we want that spice in there. So hopefully this will come together and be, a Mexican spice profile this time. Let's get started. so now that the sauce is done, we're gonna do the same thing that Applebee's did. We're just gonna pull the marinade out, marinated chicken, and we're just gonna throw it straight in the oven. Now these actually smell pretty good. These are a lot more limey than the Applebee's ones, and I think they're gonna be a little spicier, which is what I'm going for because, you know, this is supposed to be a Mexican dish. So I'm thinking, you know, lime, spice, you know, that'll be what we want. So we're gonna do oven, same thing, oven on 385 for 20 to 30 minutes. And see how it comes out. All right, so we're gonna take our not terrible chicken out of the oven, and we're gonna put the sauce on it, and we're gonna do the same thing as Applebee's one. Let's go. So this one actually smells hot, significantly like spicier and like limier, because the other one smelled like a lot like teriyaki. So we're gonna throw our sauce on this, and we're gonna get it going. Myself. All right, guys, so good chicken's finally done. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. I didn't even burn myself taking that out. You know, it looks perfect, nice and crispy on the top. You know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the actual the sauce is a lot more red than the last one was, because this one actually has like chilies in it and not like straight mayo. So we're gonna just finish this with some parsley flakes, just to make it kind of look nice, you know, like the other one. You know, if we made the Applebee's one look nice, we gotta make this one look nice too, you know. All right, we're not tossing this on a bed of anything, because this is an Applebee's chicken. This is normal person chicken. All right, so let's see how it tastes. I can tell you already, it smells a lot different. It smells like smokier and more like chili than the mayo teriyaki one. It's cooked nice. You know, it's good. It's a little bit spicy on the end. It's well cooked. It's cooked all the way through. And, you know, the cheese on the end, it helps kind of finish it out, you know. It makes it so that the actual spicy sauce isn't as spicy. So, yeah, there it is. There's the Applebee's versus a normal person food video. Do we have to keep doing this? Dude, seriously, stop.